Hello guys, welcome back. In this video we'll be learning about universal basic income. Now it's a system providing minimum basic income in the bank accounts in near universal manner unconditionally. Let's dissect every word. Unconditionally means there would not be any condition attached that you have to buy only this food products after the money has been transferred into your bank account. Nothing. Spend as you like, save as you like. Near universal manner. It's very unlikely that every person in India, right from Ratan Tata to the poorest person on the land of India, can be targeted. Hence it's a near universal manner. It cannot be targeted for whole of India, right? Minimum basic income is quite understandable, right? Some of the benefits: better targeting. Why better targeting? Because exclusion error is zero. No poor would be left out, but there is lots of inclusion error because as high as 60% of the rich will be here, okay, because they are well informed about everything. Complete freedom, as I've already told. Insurance. Many times there are droughts, many times there are health issues of the head of the family by which he cannot earn money. Hence, the universal basic income would provide an insurance to these shocks. Fourthly, it would lead to administrative efficiency. Currently, administration runs lots of schemes and they cannot focus on all of the schemes, leading to one scheme getting really good to implement. The other schemes are not so. Hence, with one scheme replacing all other, it would lead to administrative efficiency. Since the bank accounts would be used, it would lead to financial inclusion. It would also lead to the bankers generate more income because more money would be in the bank accounts. And finally, since monthly income is coming in your account, you need not search for new jobs, you need not go to the city, you need not to be a rickshaw puller in the city, right? So there is lots of psychological benefits. And finally, if we come to what are some of the challenges UBI is facing, the first challenge is of financial inclusion, right? Now, since this is a more important scheme, it is a direct transfer in their bank accounts, it is altogether more important to have better financial inclusion, right? Every bank must have Aadhaar linked bank accounts, and additionally it entails infrastructure, employees of the bank accounts, right, which currently India lacks. Secondly, lack of unique identity. We talked in direct subsidy that it's very easy to make fake Aadhaar card, right? And the problems are attached with having fake Aadhaar card and hence having fake bank account, right? The third challenge is conspicuous consumption. That means wasteful consumption because it's unconditional, right? Fourth is there would be very less incentive to seek jobs because you are getting money, right? This will lead to low labor supply. Well, the recent economic survey says that there is less evidence for the same, that people use it for conspicuous consumption, or there is less people looking for jobs. Ironically, pilot UBI launched in Madhya Pradesh and Bihar, there was no conspicuous consumption evidence was seen, and it was seen that UBI, the money earned, was used for education and health. Now, according to Tandalkar Committee Poverty Line, it is said that UBI, if implemented in the country, will require 4 to 5% of GDP. Now the question arises where this 4 to 5% of GDP will come. The economic survey says that the middle class household
The subsidies they enjoy, it is almost 1% of GDP. The food, fertilizer and petroleum subsidy consumes around 2% of GDP. And the top 10 centrally sponsored scheme, of which MG Narega is one of the scheme, consumes 1.4% of the GDP. MG Narega cannot be, these PDS, these centrally sponsored scheme, it cannot be removed because these are good socially, politically and economically. Now, what if all all these scheme or the poorly targeting schemes can be subsumed under UBI, and people will earn everyone fixed amount of money? See, the problem is UBI, the basic objective is curbing poverty. But if you see, poverty is not just about the money. Poverty is also about the lack of basic amenities, lack of water facilities, lack of educational facilities, lack of education, illiteracy, health facilities, so on and so forth, as we have seen in multi-dimensional poverty indexes. Hence, if all the money goes to UBI, no money will be left to make bigger investment, to make the hospitals, to make educational institutes, to make the Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, schools, to start the Asha Didi, so on and so forth. And hence, before universal basic income, let's have universal basic amenities, right? And this is the reason why when developed countries justify UBI, this they say because they have already achieved universal basic amenities, and hence it's good for them, right? Because they will have now money. They won't be spending money to make basic amenities, right? The question is, who will be included in universal basic income? Can UBI be given only to the women's bank account? Will it solve the problem? Not exactly. Why? Given the socio-economic conditions, it is highly unlikely that the money will remain in the hands of a woman, right? So why does money through MG Narega? What about MG Narega? This is because women, it is the hard-earned money, and it improves the bargaining position in the family of the same woman. Hence, to summarize, should UBI be implemented now? No. First, have universal basic amenities. Fiscal capability would be better. Then we can think of implementing UBI. That's all. Thank you.